This week I was in Chicago for the Agchat Foundation's Agvocacy 2.0 conference. And I guess what this was a collection of over 50 of North America's top agricultural social media people. And what the cool part was, it wasn't a room full of consultants. It wasn't a room full of people external to the industry. It was a room full of farmers. It was a room full of ag extension people. It was even a room full of people that had PhDs, that are professors at ag institutions. And that really was the difference. It was people really connected to the grassroots of agriculture, trying to figure out how agriculture can tell their story better through social media. And on top of that, collaborating and helping each other out, making sure that everybody had the necessary skills to be involved. And I know before a lot of you click stop on this video, just because we are talking about social media, what I really wanted to talk about was the differences right away that I spotted at the conference. There are, for those of you that aren't aware, there are extreme differences between the US situation and the Canadian situation. And I guess where I'll start is by talking about why there's a difference. In the US, there's an extreme call to action for producers to tell the agricultural story. And the reason for this is the heavy pressure from animal activists and environmental activists against agriculture. Whether that be HSUS, whether that be PETA, what's happened is those groups have put so much pressure on our industry that it is time for agriculture to really start connecting with the consumer instead of letting those associations do it for them. Because it's time for agriculture's story to be told. In Canada, we really don't have these pressures. Sure, the CBC may play the odd, extreme left, you can only get safe food if it's out of your garden sort of scenario. But the reality is that we don't have this kind of pressure. And I kind of got onto this the very first time that I was at the NCBA convention in San Antonio last January. I interviewed Sarah Brown, who's the digital media editor for Farm Journal. And I asked her, what are the two biggest threats to the U.S. cattle feeder and cattle rancher? And right away, without even hesitating, her very first comment was, well, of course, it's animal activism and environmental activism. That was shocking to me. Here I was, I was expecting an answer like feed costs, lack of middle meat demand, those kinds of things, traditional production sort of issues that we deal with every day in Canada. And here she's talking about things like activism. And that's where it really hit me that there was a difference. And when I kind of paralleled, or I guess cross-reference that with what I saw on social media, where they're just, and of course there's more farmers in the US, but I really, when I look at the Canadian landscape, there's not a lot of farmers that are really engaged from an agricultural point of view in those applications. After being at the conference this week, it is very clear to me that agricultural farmers in the US really do get it. Or essentially, much more of them get it. That there's a situation brewing where, in reality, the people that live in cities have such a disconnect with where their food comes from that agriculture really needs to tell its story. And this was a kind of point too that came out of the conference, was that traditionally, whether it be social media or just any other agricultural conference, we really do a good job as a group in preaching to the choir, in telling each other how good of an industry we have and how important we are to the food that people eat, and making sure that people don't go hungry, and making sure that there's less people starving in the world. We're fantastic at that. What we need to do is transfer those skills and those key points. We need to transfer it to people external of the agricultural bubble. And that really was a key point that I took from the conference. It's fine to be involved on, have a blog and talk about ag it's important. It's fine to speak at ag conferences and say about how great we are. It's another thing to actually connect with the customer, the consumer, the people that are buying the food in the grocery store. Those are the people that we've lost connection with. And that was a key message that definitely came at the Agchat Foundation conference. If you want more information on the Agchat Foundation, you can go to agchat.org or join us every Tuesday, 6 o'clock Mountain to 8 o'clock Mountain on Twitter. And remember to put in the hashtag in your search, hashtag Agchat. I hope you enjoyed this installment of my vlog, and please, I encourage you to leave your comments on the site on realagriculture.com or on the YouTube comment section. See you soon.